In a film where this is the first word, one character debates whether Moses supposes erroneously that his toes are roses. That film features Gene Kelly in the lead role. An instance of this action occurs in the ending credits of the game Batman Arkham City, where Harley Quinn does this to her child. In several episodes of Parks and Recreation, John Ralphio attempts this action to signal a successful business transaction. In an episode of Pokemon Indigo League set in Neon City, Jigglypuff took this action, which caused the entire city to fall asleep. For 10 points, name this action often taken in musicals by the lead characters. And the answer is singing. One character in this film says, "Do you think I'd be working in a place like this if I could afford one?" when asked if her pet snake is real. Another character in this film kills his examiner while taking the Voight Kampff test. Those characters, Zora Salome and Leon Kowalski, were built by the Tyrell Corporation. The protagonist of this film falls in love with Rachel, whose memories were falsified. The antagonist of this film gives the Tears in the Rain speech, which begins, "I've seen things you people wouldn't believe." That character, Roy Batty, is one of 4 replicants that the protagonist of this film must retire. For 10 points, name this science fiction film that stars Harrison Ford as Rick Deckard, which recently had a sequel set in 2049. And the answer is Blade Runner. A short film by this director features Peter Bernuth shaving away both his hair and skin, thus serving as a metaphor for U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War. In another film, the main character is served egg noodles and ketchup when he orders spaghetti with marinara sauce at a restaurant shortly after entering the Witness Protection Program. That film is an adaptation of Nicholas Pileggi's Wise Guy. Another of this man's films contains a scene in which the main character repeatedly asks his reflection in a mirror, "You talking to me?" That film follows a Robert De Niro-played Travis Bickle's attempts at vigilante justice. For 10 points, name this director of Goodfellas and Taxi Driver. And the answer is Martin Scorsese. At the top of Draenor Manor, a character of this profession reverts another character back into a human during the Ernest the Chicken quest of RuneScape. Another character with this title in his name is responsible for originally capturing the subjects of Van Gogh's paintings. That character gives the player the Poltergust 3000 in Luigi's Mansion. A more notable character with this profession has a grandson named Gary and asks, "Are you a boy or are you a girl?" before allowing the player to select either Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle. For 10 points, name this profession held by such characters as Birch, Elm, and Oak, who research Pokemon in their laboratories. And the answer is Professor. In one of these works, shots of the artist are interspersed with messages like, "I took your advice for way too long," and "Life is like a box of chickens." A black and white one of these works features the artist flying through the air while pumping his fists and a shot of 4 police officers carrying the artist's car down a street. A more recent one of these works depicts a father figure showing a child where to punch an opponent, while another shows the artist failing to ad-lib after claiming, "I don't fabricate it." That work opens with the artist in white robes standing beneath a sunbeam and later shows him amongst a crowd of bald men bobbing their heads. For 10 points, give these works that offer visuals to songs such as All Right, Element, and Humble. And the answer is Kendrick Lamar's music videos. In one episode of this show, fish rain down from the sky, killing a supermarket owner's son and bodyguard and seemingly confirming the existence of God's plagues. A deaf man and his partner kill people in this show by drilling holes in ice and drowning their targets. A life insurance agent fails to say no when a hitman offers to kill Sam Hess in this show. That agent played by Martin Freeman, kills his wife with a hammer. This show is based on a movie in which Carl's body is fed to a wood chipper. Molly Solverson attempts to track down Lorne Malvo in, for 10 points, what show based on a 1996 Coen Brothers movie named for a North Dakota town? And the answer is Fargo. In 2008, this company sued Fisker Automotive, claiming that it stole confidential information related to the design of its main products. A technological strategy used by this company was given the name Complex Coordination by an investor in it, Peter Thiel. The CEO of this company has pursued building new production plants in Europe and Shanghai, known as gigafactories. A new product created by this company is known for its minimalist design, becoming the world's largest selling plug-in car since July 2018. The Model 3 is, for 10 points, sold and manufactured by what Elon Musk-led car company? And the answer is Tesla Motors. It's not 11, but in a game of craps, rolling this number on a come-out throw constitutes a natural. In Magic the Gathering, this is the number of mana required to cast Karn Liberated. In Hearthstone, Dr. Boom was often called Dr. this number, which is also the number of cards in a starting hand of Uno. A card with this number in Sorry lets a player split its value between two pawns. Over the course of 3 ages, players can build the Mausoleum at Halicarnassus and the Lighthouse of Alexandria in a tabletop game with this number in its title. For 10 points, name this number, which, in a joke, scares 6 because this number, 89. And the answer is 7. This man defeated an unseeded Joe Wilfried Tsonga to win his first ever major championship in 2008. In 2018, after this man lost to Chung Hyung, he underwent surgery on his elbow. It's not Rafael Nadal, but following his victory in 2016 at the French Open, this man became only the 8th man ever to complete the career slam by winning all 4 majors. After dropping down the ATP rankings, this man rehired his longtime confidant Marjan Vajda and won the 2018 Wimbledon and US Open titles. For 10 points, name this 2019 world number 1 Serbian tennis great nicknamed the Joker. And the answer is Novak Djokovic. This man encounters a bookkeeper who does not cross T's or dot I's to save ink, Johnny Inkslinger, as well as the cooks Cream Puff Fatty and Hot Biscuit Slim. In one story, this man turns a lake with peas spilled in it into pea soup. In another story, this figure greases his flapjack griddle by skating on it with bacon. He lives through the winter of the blue snow, during which he finds a blue calf that he names Babe. His and Babe's footsteps create Minnesota's 10,000 lakes, and when he drags his axe on the ground, it cuts a ditch that forms the Grand Canyon. For 10 points, name this giant lumberjack from American folklore. And the answer is Paul Bunyan.